My name is Jasmine Hall, and I'm the web director at Maximize Digital Media. Graphic design, to me, is creating a visual communication between a business and a client and speaking to their demographic and their audience.
What is graphic design to you?
I think you're gonna have to give me a moment here. That's a pretty broad question. I guess if everybody has a job to do, based on, like, let's say if you're putting on an event, somebody is taking notes, somebody is doing the heavy lifting. I guess the graphic designer would be the decorator, making sure everything looks up to par and make sure that it looks like what it needs to be. So, like, if it's a kid's party, then you don't really want to make everything look like a gala or something. So vice versa, if you have a gala, you don't want to make it look like a kid's party.
What would you consider your most challenging project or the hardest one that you had to accomplish?
Okay. My most challenging project was a project where, of course, someone told me that it couldn't be done. I had this idea to put holographic vinyl, which is, if some of you understand what holographic is, kind of like that same little sticker that they put on their baseball caps and has that holographic look to it, just kind of glimmers under the sunlight and under regular lights. So I just had this crazy idea that I wanted to vinyl wrap holographic vinyl on my Kawasaki Ninja. So I went to a couple of other shops that had the holographic vinyl. I purchased my own holographic vinyl, and the guys there kept saying, no, it can't be done. I'm like, let's do some heat to it because it's vinyl. It should wrap around these contours. No, the heat's just going to damage the vinyl. And of course, they don't have vinyl right now at this time that can wrap to contours. So just as I continued to think and drive, and sometimes I'm driving in long distances, I'm thinking to myself, like, it's not impossible. There's something that can be done to wrap this vehicle or this sport bike in holographic vinyl. So I just started thinking about other things and that's where I give advice to you guys. If you run across a project like that, is like, think outside that box. What are the other things in the world that have contours and they move, but it's hard, whatever is on their body. So I started thinking of snakes and fish and just anything that had scales, and remember that those scales are on the body of these animals that are contoured. And so then I created a design, which then of course was just one repetitive design of a scale over and over.
I'd like to say that I've always been a designer, really, because I can remember as far back as my first report card and just scribbling pictures of Power Ranger robots on the back of them, and I think that's just always been in my mind. Like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, just do something creative. That's what I really like to do.
I love what I do. I love going downtown and knowing I made a website for that person, for that person, for that person, and I did it in a budget that they can afford and that they generally appreciate.
Graphic design is expression. It's what you want it to be. It's an emotion, it's a desire, it's a passion. It's whatever you make it your own to be.